Yeah. So you said you thought you saw something?
On the other side of the
drop.
the building,
Oh.
there was like a similar path to the side here, but on the other side. Yeah, beyond that building. Like,
On this coast?
Yeah.
Okay.
as we're coming towards the area, there was like a split and then the building in the middle.
Couldn't hurt to just peek over this edge. Okay.
Oh, what did we pick up again? We did pick up some gear, right?
Of gear.
Some tabard and
Couple of clothing items.
the silver mirror shield as well. A shield of radiant silver festooned with amber and carried by Loretta, Knight of the Halig Tree. The shape is said to imitate that of a sacred drop of dew, which inspired the absurd rumor that Loretta herself was an albinoric. Absurd rumor?
She was on horseback. I believe it. Immediately.
Silver mirror shield. The shape?
We did say, after all, Latenna and Loretta are names of the same,
Yeah.
of the same style.
Yes, and the Halig Tree Crest Great Shield? Is that what we picked up? Metal Great Shield depicting the Halig Tree with unalloyed gold, carried by knights who have vowed to serve Michaela's Halig Tree. Possesses high holy damage negation. Yet now with the Halig Tree misshapen, this wondrous rendition is a fleeting fantasy.
I think we got that a while ago.
Yeah.
Blood-soaked
tabard. Padded cloth armor with indelible blood stains around the neck, worn by headless foot soldiers who endlessly guard the wandering mausoleum. Yeah, they did chop their own heads off, right?
They lost. Yeah, that's part of your service.
Armor worn by headless knights who endlessly guard the wandering mausoleum. The wing-shaped ornaments on its back evoke the death bird, a self-inflicted curse that ties the spirits of these loyal knights to the land, having willingly beheaded themselves so that they may serve their masters in death. So mausoleum knights have ornaments that evoke the death bird.
Mm-hmm. So there's a connection there. Was
there something like
on the
people
weapon
that wanted to be like the death birds at some point?
Yeah, there were. There was something about that with the ghost flame weapons. We can check that in a second. And then there was also something about when we first learned about the headless knights as well.
Raptor talons, wielded by the Ravenmount assassins, allows them to imitate the death birds. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay. So they may serve their masters in death. Okay, so that is the other thing we picked up, and the weapon would be the ghost flame stuff. Let's see. One of them looks kind of like a hook.
You're looking for a ghost flame weapon, you say?
Yeah, there's two.
Ghost flame torch?
Not that one. The ones that the Deathrite birds dropped. And then, of course, I'm sure there's going to be more from the one that we fight nearby here, too. Where was it? I guess I must have passed it.
Blue feathered branch sword?
I forget if the second one was a sword or not, but I know the first one, it kind of just looked like a hook. I thought I would recognize the hilt of it, but maybe not.
If it's not a blue feathered branch sword, then Death's Poker?
Yes, correct.
Birds are the graveyard firekeepers.
Death's Poker.
Yeah, I forget what it looks like though.
Shit. Great swords. There we are.
A spoker. Barbed rod carried by death birds. Birds are graveyard fire keepers. It is said that they rake out the ashen remains of the dead from their kilns.
Okay. So, nothing much there. And then the other one was a spear. Spear. Death ritual spear.
Priests
Priests.
by the priests of old who were permitted to come among the death birds. Priests became the guardians of the birds through the rite of death, which also serves as an oath sworn to their distant resurrection.
Maybe that resurrection is similar to the headless duty. Okay, so there's nothing inherently linking it until what we just read there. And then the other bit that had some details about that, if I remember correctly, because it's been a fucking long time. I want to say the ashes of our early headless friend also had a little bit of detail. Wherever they might be. Lutel, was it? Lutel, right? Lutel was our headless summon. There we go.
There.
Oh yes, it looks like a helmet from here, but it's just the fancy part. Lance and Death
Headless Knight.
sacrificed her life so that in death she would continue to protect the soulless demigod until their revival, earning her a hero's honor of her tree burial. Yeah, okay. There's nothing really wrapping it all together just yet then, but now there's a connection between whatever's happening with Deathrite birds and the headless, and thus the mausoleums as well. Okay, so you said the far side.
Yeah. Just on this side, yeah. I don't know if there's something. Might be nothing.
Oh, you just mean this landing over here?
Yes.
Okay, I see.
It's actually nothing.
Okay.
Cool. Still chilling?
Still chilling.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
I don't know if the spot that we just checked was a bit further down below or actually behind the building. Like the left side of the apostate derelict. Yeah, we checked that circle area rush us now, right?
Yeah.
And just right there, did we go here?
We will
After
upon
this.
returning.
Yeah. Hey, what up?
I took youth no matter, it's all out your arms.
Make this better.
Okay. Let me just confirm there's nothing else that I want. I guess not. Because goddamn these 8s.
They're rare.
They are rare. Yeah, we're taking it all the way up.
Boom.
And then... done. Perfect.
Unfuckwithable.
Greetings. Are you here for spirit?
Oh, just saying hi.
Okay. Didn't I also pick up something resembling? No, it wasn't another bell bearing.
Hey, Giddy.
Well, what is it now?
No more albinoric women.
So, the Halig tree, now but a husk. I heard speculation Mikola embedded himself in the Halig tree. But, before he could finish, someone cut the tree open and absconded with the infant form. Indeed. It seems those words held weight.
How vexing.
That the All-Knowing didn't have the full story. Perhaps the Queen's sorrow was justified. Ah, my apologies. Lost myself for a moment there. The information you shared is of great value. As promised, your reward. A secret right known only
What
to
a
me.
motherfucker.
You are a true fellow. All I ask is that you remain constant.
That's why. Okay, so Michaela was feeding the tree with his own blood and was also literally inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And to what ends, we can guess, but we know that he cared a lot about his sister's problem.
Yeah.
And we know that he also was, like, according to her, an Empyrean unlike any other.
Mm-hmm.
So, perhaps also, like, maybe if his plan was to come to fruition, like, the tree that he would have become would have been, like a nerd tree proper. And maybe the reason why it didn't is not because it simply failed in that description that we read, but because fucking he got mogged.
Yeah.
He got mogged out of the tree and stolen away to some bullshit lands of bullshit, and then hidden because we got a new dynasty, yada yada yada. And then maybe, just maybe, no hard confirm, his sister goes looking for him with an idea of where he is, but instead she ends up above him, which is where Radon is chilling. And then that fight pops off, but what she was looking for was underneath that exact location. Maybe.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
It's a decent hypothetical. But Moog actually pulled the child out before it was ready. And that's why he's cursed to be forever a kid.
And property value plummets. Halig Tree Town? Oh no.
Couldn't wait. Had to get the cookie dough. Couldn't wait for the cookies.
Barely put it in the oven. You know? Still cold. No gloves needed. Just
No
take the tray out.
patience. What an asshole.
Just
Huh. Maybe. Or maybe he was already cursed with childhood.
yeah, like him taking the infant, even if he's an adult that looks like an infant, is still technically an infant, I guess.
Well, hold on. Timeline. He would only have started growing that tree and doing that after leaving his father, right? After leaving Radagon. After the whole fundamentalist order bit. So Millennia was already cursed at that point. So yeah, he was probably already cursed with the body.
Yeah.
Just born that way. And so because they were both born with those problems, he would be looking for a solution for her, but like, okay, all right, so maybe not then. But either way, his plan was to cocoon and be the tree, and then he got pulled out of it. Let's take a look at that. Increases holy damage negation for self and allies.
Incantation taught to Gideon the All-Knowing by the Two Fingers. Greatly increases holy damage negation for the caster and nearby allies. Hold to continue praying and delay activation. Gideon gained true knowledge after his long exchange with the Two Fingers, discovering all had been broken long ago, that the trembling fingers bent with age and the Earth Tree itself were no exception.
Nothing's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Yeah. Okay. A long conversation is going to teach you a bunch of shit and probably also disillusion you from thinking this is an infallible divine being, especially considering that wallpaper we walked into with wifey sitting on the bloody fucking stump of her two fingers. So clearly we know those things are extremely killable. We've seen more dead ones than living. And then the greater will beyond that. Now here's the other thought. What do you think about the whole being in the tree bit? Because to me, what that reminds me of is Marika being stuck in the tree.
With that pose. Right?
Right? Chained. So him willingly putting himself into a tree is like, is it trying to replicate what's happening with Marika in the tree? Is it an attempt to, achieve the same end result, which is perhaps just
the
like an Erd tree, like, power that would then allow for a new dynasty? And then Moga's like, no, but what about my dynasty, though? Come do it down here and go in the egg instead.
Buddy, no.
And it's like, nobody wants that, Moog. And it's like, no. He's like, I'll go in your blood. What if now? Will you? No. He's like, Mikaela's like, I'm not talking to you. Shut up. Leave me alone. Yeah. That's what it reminds me of.
Well, what is it now?
What else you got?
So the secret I'd expect to find Melania there. She, well, if the Scots with the Halig, I suppose Mikaela must all... my apologies. Information
I think we already
you shared
did
is of
this.
great value.
Oh, no. It wasn't.
As
No.
promised. Your reward.
Fair enough.
Falls on you.
A secret right, known only to me.
Oh.
You are a true fellow. All I ask is that you
Well, it was
remain
the reward for
constant.
finding the path to it, so we're doing it backwards.
Black Flame's protection. Black Flame's protection.
Defense against it. Or
Increases physical damage reduction. A Black Flame incantation of the Godskin Apostles. Summons Black Fire within, increasing physical damage negation. However, Sacred Flasks and other such forms of HP restoration are impaired. The Apostles were all embraced by the Gloam-Eyed Queen,
Once
and the
again.
Black Flame was their armor within. And he just said that this is an incantation only known by him?
yeah, I accidentally went through that text.
A secret right.
Too early.
To me. So the secret I'd
Okay, so
find Melania.
let's go.
Well, What is it now?
Using the secret medallion.
So the secret medallions led you to the land of the Halleck Tree. I'd expect to find Millennia there, she who fought Radahn to a standstill. Well, if the Scarlet Rot hasn't eaten her away completely. But with the Halleck Tree as it is, without Miquella in it, I suppose Miquella must already be taken away, stolen to
Gone.
to Mogland.
Yeah.
My apologies. Information you shared is of
Yeah. Okay. So
That's your reward.
things we already knew.
your reward. A secret ride.
Only.
Known only to me.
But that's what he said about the others too.
Okay.
That's the default line he gives you for all the
Yeah.
rewards so far. So maybe he's just lying. Maybe he's saying it's a secret right known only to me, and then you look at the description on the back and it says every Godskin apostle knows how to do this.
Well, what?
Nothing.
Well, what is it now?
Nothing. We're done. That's it.
Time
Huh.
to sip.
Huh.
What about the dung room? Nothing there. It's all empty.
So it seems.
Smells a bit better.
Smells a little bit better.
Sinner.
Yeah. The fly is still on deck. On that note, also, I got some context about the three fingers as well, and the needle and such, and the idea that that's something that we can investigate once we push forward with the kind of like ending choices we already have, because it seems like part of the big issue with going through is that you are sealed into an ending choice.
Ah.
So that is what Melina is being all worried about. So we can still investigate that a little bit later. And of course, Shabriri also had a few things to say about the situation. Do you think...
Maybe.
I haven't given the whole place a once-over in a minute.
It's true, she's a lord now.
She's gone.
Lord of Stormvale. Is Kenneth gone? Who knows?
You know, he might... He's probably still there.
Yep.
He's there, Kenneth Height.
Limgrave hair.
If you were to put money down and say, like, yo, this dude is gonna survive and not get killed by some bullshit,
Nope.
you would have took my money. Okay. Apostate derelict. That looks like nighttime.
Oh yeah, it's true. Can go back to that area. So I guess yeah, just circle that building and see what's up.
Oh, they look great at night. So,
Yeah, that's the edge, I
like
guess.
this.
Nothing.
Yep. I'm satisfied with that.
Yeah. What about down there? Yeah, that's the spot I was looking at.
I thought we
Right down that dip.
I thought we looked.
That's nothing. 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 Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
And then we walked in that corner.
Yes.
Clean. Gonna get yourself a piece of bird.
A piece of chicken.
Delicious.
Cooked and broiled in ghost flame.
Gives it that smoky.
Put some spicy
smokiness.
eye of yellow on it for some tanginess.
Dried yellow.
Dang. That might taste a little alright.
Little bird. There we go. There we go.
Remix to Ghost Flame Ignition. Thank you. Peck.
Calm down, Gregory. Ah!
Oh, we're playing risky.
Yeah, he's trying
Stamina.
He's trying to poke you out. That was close.
It was a bet, and it worked.
Oh man.
Not this. Okay, he didn't do the...
Oh man. Uh-oh. Boom.
Okay. For a second, I was very concerned he was going to do the Mark's attack. But we're good.
Explosive ghost flame. Explosive.
Remix to Ghost Flame Ignition. Hot and fresh out the kitchen. Can't sing this song anymore.
Nice rendition. Sorcery of the Servants of Death. Strike the ground with the staff, triggering an explosion of ghost flame that burns the surrounding area. In the time when there was no Erd Tree, death was burned in ghost flame. Death birds were the keepers of that fire.
I see. So this is another... My thought is that this is another, like, pre-tarnished era method of death. Kind of like the boatman.
Some Elder God bullshit.
And... yeah, I mean, I do like the head canon idea of, like, all these ways that you're supposed to die are unable to function because something got in the way of it, you know? The Erd Tree popped up and started using grace to fuck over the natural progression of death that had been in place for forever before that, you know? It kind of feels like that could be somewhat believable. We got some good money for that.
Heck yeah.
So, oh, should we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Numbers, right?
And we're now at 200.
Arcane is like 10, maybe? Maybe 10?
I will never. Arcane is a weird enough stat that it deserves to be off. Arcane loves the fact that it's irking you, you know, and making you a little bit like uncomfortable. Not on a 5, a multiple of 5 or an even number. So we need about 53. And that'll do 35. And that'll do 45. And that'll do 50.
Yep.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Missing like 1,000.
800 and a bit. Maybe 900, yeah.
Oh, come on. Missing 10.
No, we're good.
We're
It's 10
good?
over.
Okay, 10 over. Good,
It's
good, good.
10
Help.
over. It's 10
Help.
over.
Okay.
Yeah. No, the real magic is to see someone do this and get a clean 0. Like, get 0 without actually dying. So, like, get 1. Put it to 1 to show that you deliberately know how. That'd be pretty impressive. So, yeah. Endurance, then. And stamina is going to go up at 2 per pop.
21.
And the equip load goes up a little too. Yeah, sure. Sure. Just, I'm not running a heavy build in any way, so it doesn't matter that much. But, yeah. Interesting. I mean, it would be funny to pump that in such a way where it eventually just becomes light load, you know, instead of medium, and then I just get like a super roll. Okay. You can pop runes faster if you hide the right part of the menu and then pop them. Huh. Good tip. Thank you. So, frozen river, separating the upper area and the lower. And that leads to the open area where we fought the dragon. I see.
Oh, the freezing lake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so like this coast is kind of unchecked as well in theory. So let's follow the lake down.
Big cliff cleanup. So cute.
Another ovary. Somewhere around there, probably. Another day, another ovary.
Whoa. Was that a ghost or just a dude? Probably just a dude. Looks like a ghost.
No, that's a ghost. And it's an albinoric.
Not interactable.
Oh. Because we're near
Ordina.
Ordina.
Okay.
That's why. So we remember the action that pops off just around this corner. It gets a little dicey right away. Yeah, and then that big glow that looks like the Aurora Borealis is actually just a whole lot of not fun. Okay, so this river, I didn't even kind of realize it when we crossed it the first time.
That's a ghost.
That's definitely a ghost.
Morg, you rotten omen. Your blood is cursed. Give him back. Give Lord Michaela back. How dare you lay hands on such precious flesh?
No! It's mine! Mine alone! He's running, looking back and, like, sticking his tongue out. He's dropping blood for you to slip on as you try to chase him in his little Mario Kart. See, it feels a little less like child abduction if you frame it that way, right?
Chair, sweet. Big lightning orbs, though.
Yeah, chair, sweet.
Zap. Dispelled. What's on the chair? Stone sword key. Glad we got that. Oh, poppers. No, it's not his fault. It's not his fault.
You died for nothing. You died for absolutely nothing. That's what you held on your fucking body. Okay, so that was where we bullshitted around. And that leads right back to the rise. I don't remember going around here. Did I go up? I didn't go up to that Erd tree, did I? No. I went to this Erd tree and learned a thing or two about myself. Look at this darkness.
There's a bit of light on the top, right? On the sky?
Yeah, but doesn't it seem like
Erd tree through the darkness?
Yeah. That is a significant amount of darkness kicking in over there. Huh. It's kind of imprisoning me. Would you say that it's all that you see? Yes, Reggie.
I have an odd feeling about this. Hello. Is that what attacked us?
That's a dragonkin. It attacked me in the
fog, right?
In the fog, but then it went away when I tried to fight it. Like so. And there's a godlight shining on that.
Did we come here before?
Summons available.
Yeah.
It's the yellow Onyx runes.
Uh-huh. That is ominous.
That looks so sinister. Caravan.
Nice.
Same one as before, I assume. But let's be 100%.
Okay, a bunch of flying orbs.
Yeah, I want to say we did all this. I want to say we did all this. You're not going to be an Ash, right? Yeah, you're just blue. So does the caravan start all the way? Oh yeah, when we were wandering through. I guess this is part of its natural path then. You get a better look at it if you let it.
Oh, the caravans, they keep on going?
They go a long way. The one from...
Even when you take care of them, I mean. They keep on...
Yes.
Okay.
The one in Limgrave is still there. It just goes... It goes... excuse me, along the northern road. For quite a good distance. I thought?
Now we're in the fog.
Always prepared to be mistaken.
Is it a different...
Let's find out. Let's find out. I certainly thought they did. If they don't, then my mistake.
So did the fog come back? Or
The
are
fog
we in
is
a
now
different
back, yeah.
area?
So this is about, I guess, the limit of where it starts to get foggy versus where it doesn't. And then you go north enough, and you get a cleaner look at it. Shit, where did that go?
I'm not sure.
Damn, looks like we lost it. Don't fall off a cliff. Okay, let's head north, because we know the fog...
We're that way, right?
Yeah, we know that the fog lightens up when you go further north. And let's not die while we do it. Actually, as I can see, there's cliff much sooner than the map would have you think.
Yeah, there's a little line on the map.
Yeah, right over there. Okay.
A bit of topography.
Uh-huh. I don't know why I think. If the caravans disappear completely once you get them, then I don't know why I'm thinking of that. Maybe I'm thinking of...
Guess we're back now.
Okay.
Page.
Shit. Oh, you're still following your line? That's good. Oh, that's the crit. That's the
Counter.
crit. Okay, there we go. Melee or zone.
Hey, get back here. We want to check what's in your trunk.
Let's see what's going on.
Nice. 4 out of 5.
And that ain't half bad. Does that look like an open chest right there?
I'm not sure.
Nope.
You
It
have to
does
stop
not.
them, right?
Yes. Okay.
Take it.
And the other
Alright.
one doesn't care.
Yeah, he can't pull. Can't pull it alone.
Okay, I have a theory. Yep.
Flowing
Totally.
curved sword.
I think when I was riding around in the early game, I spent a lot of time seeing the caravan in the distance and not interacting with it because I didn't want to do that kind of stuff off camera at first.
Okay.
And I think I just got so used to seeing the caravan in that first area that I kind of mistakenly created a false memory that, like, oh, it's always there even after you get what's inside of it.
That's fair.
Silly, but I'm like, why do I feel like I know this? And then why is that wrong? And I think that's the reason why.
flowing curved sword.
So,
Legends speak of a master of the sword garbed in blue, and his curved blade that was patterned after flowing water. Strong attack unleashes a series of strikes akin to a dance, offering a glimpse into the legend. A master of the sword garbed in blue.
that doesn't sound like anyone we know. Unless we're doing another The Big M, where it's like a reference to outside of what we're looking at in canon. Let's take a look. At our talismans. Is there information in? Blue Dancer?
Oh my god. The dancer in blue represents a fairy who in legend bestowed a flowing sword upon a blind swordsman. Blade in hand, the swordsman sealed away an ancient god, a god that was rot itself.
Huh. Okay. A fairy, a dancing fairy, gave a flowing sword to a blind swordsman, and Zatoichi sealed away a god of rot. But that couldn't be Millennia the Undefeated.
Huh. Can you check curved sword talisman?
That's... I'm kind of scrolling for... Let's see. Is it among these? Yeah, here we go. Said that a blind swordsman was the originator of this technique. The art of allowing one's opponent to strike so as to leave them vulnerable. Well, it just mentions him. And the visual is someone who looks like a blind swordsman. Also looks kind of like Raiden. Yeah. Okay. But who's a god of rot outside of the obvious, outside of Millennia, who's undefeated?
I can't think of anyone.
Who sealed away a god of rot, you know? Okay. More talismans. Let's see. Prosthesis wearer, heirloom. Though born into the accursed rot, when the young girl encountered her mentor and his flowing blade, she gained wings of unparalleled strength. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, there's fucking steps to this shit. But of course there are. This is an entire story told in item descriptions right now. Okay. Now, didn't we got this from Millicent, not from... Right? Like, this is what we got when we first met Millicent in Caelid, wasn't it? At the church?
Prosthesis wearer heirloom. Yeah, we needle given to Millicent.
Yeah.
And then we got that.
Yeah. Right, we gave her the unalloyed needle.
Yeah.
And then we got this in return. Right, and then we took it back. Yeah, okay. So
Is Gowry blind?
Is Gowry blind?
I'm asking. Legit asking.
I mean,
Like, he was like this. Saw him.
Well, here's the thing.
But
When we first read this description a long time ago, I remember that we assumed that this was talking about him teaching her those moves, and we kind of went like, okay, if I remember correctly, we thought this was describing Gowry when we read this a long time ago, right? Because we know that he took her in
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, she has potential. blah,
and
blah,
raised
blah,
her
blah,
and
blah.
so on, and he gave us that whole bit about it. So now all we're doing is recontextualizing this to say, okay, so she is also a god of rot, and no, wait, hold on.
Wait, yeah, she's...
Did he... So Gowry sealed... Go back to the weapon. Right, okay, so... okay, so... We're describing young Gowry, badass blind swordsman in blue, with water. Perhaps?
That's one of my guesses right now.
If we're putting these all together. And if not, then I don't know who they're talking about when they say God of Rot. So
Gary found her in the swamp. Millicent took her as his daughter,
yeah,
and
so
the rot might have wiped her memory.
okay, what do we have in terms of conversation? What do we have in terms of conversation? What was the first thing what was the initial conversation with Gowry? Because in real time, that was like a month and a half ago. So
He hoped to ask a favor when our ilk came along, find a young Tarnish in the swamp of Aeonia, Millicent, in exchange for the secret of Celia. She was stricken with the rotting sickness, no cure, not even demigods could stop it. Find the unalloyed gold needle in the swamp. And then we talked about Miyazaki with his strawberry milk.
the needle was in the swamp. That would make sense given that would be like millennia holding something that Michaela made. And of course, Caelid is all fucking swamped up and whatnot. Like if the swamp is the bloom spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
The swamp right next to the swamp is the gravestones that say the Battle of Aeonia, describing the stalemate.
Yeah.
So we know then. Actually, hold on a second. Side note: Radon and Millennia fought at the swamp because that's the center point of where all the rot came from, and the Battle of Aeonia was on the cliffside right next to that.
Okay.
Therefore, the idea about the Caelid map shit might be
The big red shit.
might
right?
be super off. So let's just go confirm this. Wait, no, it's actually not that far. No, it's kind of there. Okay. Yeah, the Dynasty location.
Yeah, it's leaking there.
Yeah. No, fair enough. No, the cocoon of
Imperial.
Michaela is pretty much right under the epicenter, right? So Radon and Millennia didn't fight over here behind Redmane Castle. They fought here where the rot is at its worst, and this is where the flower bloomed, and this is where the needle was. So that all makes sense. So then after that happens, are we taking the timeline and kind of saying that, like, after she fought to a stalemate with Radon, Gowry came along and then, like, sealed away some of Millennia in her, like, post-flower state at that point? Does that make any sense?
That's a long stretch.
It's a long stretch, but I'm like, what is it to describe the fact that, like, that happened and she was quote-unquote undefeated. Maybe I'm holding on to that word too much. Maybe I'm putting too much power on that. But the only version of events we kind of had was like she was undefeated, and then she had a stalemate with Radon. And the sound of someone coming along and beating her and sealing power away, doesn't that sound like a loss?
Yeah.
So if that's a completely wrong assumption, then I guess I'm trying to figure out where I'm off. Okay, let's take another look at these and try to retrace our steps here, legitimately, because if we have what we need to figure this out, then fine. And if I'm being silly, then I'm being silly. What do you make of what we just read? Because I think it seems like I'm wrong in my assumptions.
The first thing I would do is go to the shack and look at Gary.
Go look at Gary?
Yeah.
Okay. I was kind of thinking about that, but I guess we were in the middle of walking around here. But, yeah, we got this. So this is going to be gone. So let's go look at Gary.
Like, is he wearing blue? Was it a dark blue? Is he blind? What's going on here?
Because, a god of rot could be describing Millennia, or it could be describing Millicent. I can't think of anyone else I would qualify with that statement.
Yeah, no.
And if he is in fact blind, which...
And they did worship Millicent as a goddess of rot as well.
They did. The pests and everyone that loves it.
When she was around the church.
Yes. What state are you in, though? Are you still depressed? He's not wearing blue.
It's not blue.
Millicent, Malenia, do you detest us?
No.
It's very red.
He's very red, and he's the color of rot. And he is what we thought would be Millicent's mentor. Yeah, this would be a great time to, like, literally pull up the conversation with him, because unfortunately I feel like we might be missing some of the notes. So, let's see. Okay. Okay. So apparently, okay, so it would seem that killing him might give answers that we're missing, but before any actions are committed, is there enough context to figure out what we need to with what we have, or are we just missing pieces of the puzzle, is what I'm curious about. We might just be missing pieces of the puzzle. Not because that's not something I would have thought of.
Nope.
Up until this point. So, yeah, that is a distinct possibility. There's a lot of talismans to look through here that can help us get the right information. So. Okay.
Like the last time we spoke to him, Gary said that he was dedicated to Malenia since her fight with Radon and the blossoming of the great scarlet flower in Aeonia, the order of rot, decay, and rebirth.
This is what he said.
I think that was the last conversation we had with him.
In the age of the Elden Ring and Queen Marika, the precious Empyrean was born, a new god to forge a new order.
Yes.
Since Malenia fought Radon, and the great scarlet flower blossomed in Aeonia, I have dedicated myself to her, and to her and to the resplendence of the order of rot. May this the cycle of decay and rebirth.
So if he's dedicated to Malenia, maybe he was like, I'll take Millicent under my guise because...
My assumption is that they tried to create a new Millennia to worship after Millennia was not around anymore.
Yeah.
But we don't know what happened right after she bloomed in the flower. Like, there's a big question mark there, and anything we say is a guess.
Yeah, it's not standing on any
right
tangible proof or whatever.
But here's what we have to go on. He said the word mother in the when referring to Millennia in the last conversation we had with him, right? So remember, we kind of went like, oh, then that sounds like Millicent is the daughter of Millennia, right? Okay.
And then we found the sisters.
Right. So we don't know how or why that is the case. But the daughter aspect of that is enough for me to say that, like, okay, she's perhaps being set up to be a new goddess of rot, right? Besides the one that, got carried out by Finlay. Right? So, if she is, and I guess, and her sisters are all around as like potential things to be worshipped by these people who want an order of rot to take place, and it says that he was raising her, then doesn't that stand to reason that he was the mentor? But if not, then there's a fairy that gave a sword to a blue sword wielding water dancer that was a blind like you understand what I mean? Like, I'm like,
maybe he was blue before like going into the rot submission,
You know what? Okay, here, stop. Let's throw that out. Is there any like starting at scratch and okay, so this is the part where on YouTube it's like, hey, timestamps for whenever they finish figuring this out. I'm sorry. Right. So no one I'm just trying to say, no one we've seen so far in the game sounds like or resembles a blind swordsman in blue that is in the description, right? That sounds like a person we haven't met yet.
I agree.
Okay. When we first met him, did he describe his being blind, or did he?
I looked for a blind in our notes. I didn't see anything like that.
Okay. All right.
Unless like there was another word used, but I did not see something like that.
All right. I guess I would move on, but the like, it seems like we should have enough to be able to figure this out. So, yeah. I don't know. Should we just stop and figure this out? Should we fucking kill him? Should we just move on? What do you think? Because I legitimately don't know what to do, and I'm not sure what other pieces of the puzzle are missing here.
Before you mentioned it, I didn't think about killing him.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, if you're tempted now...
Yeah, but the last time I killed an NPC, that turned out to be a humongous problem.
Yeah, that's... I'm not a killer.
So...
I'm a lover.
Yeah, okay. All right. Folks, give me a second, and I want to make sure that there's no drastic consequences to this decision. So I'm going to figure that out, and then we'll be right back, okay? Cool. So, I just read through the dialogue of meeting Gowry, and we just refreshed ourselves on what he said, and notably that he found Millicent as a baby in the flower that bloomed when Radahn fought Millennia in the swamp of Aeonia. So, no need to continue down the road of, like, sealing, like, or whatever I was mentioning it before about, like, what we couldn't figure out. It's like, okay, he found her, and that was that, right? So, there was also a ton of dialogue about if the moment we killed the ulcerated tree spirit, and then her signs became available, if we didn't go into those signs and came back and spoke to him, he would tell us to kill Millicent when she meets her sisters, and we missed that because of the unlikelihood that we would come back between those two steps. So that's what we were kind of missing. Third.
Flox's canvas talisman and his bell bearing. Well, that was fast. Sage Ugari's bell bearing found upon his perished flesh. And Flock's canvas talisman. What is that image? A talisman bearing an icon that depicts a mass of masked figures greatly raises potency of incantations. The figures represent the flock at prayer, their firm belief in the intangible inspiring even the solitary founder of their religion. What is faith if not an affirmation? The figures represent the flock at prayer, their firm belief in the intangible, inspiring even the solitary founder of their religion. Trying to find something else.
No, okay. Yeah. Where was that again? Talismans. Masked figures. Flock. Masked figures praying. Masked figures praying. I don't know.
Trying to make sense of all this.
I mean, like, what masks do we have? What groups of people are we looking at here? Yeah. Okay. Well, hold that thought.
Yes. Give me more. Give me more, game.
I mean, I was hoping that would be clarifying, but it's just confusing me more.
Yep.
Okay. Well. Yeah. Okay. So when I was looking at the dialogue for the conversation, there was also something implying that he might not die, and there might be more conversation with him,
With?
Gowry.
Even if you kill him?
So it seemed. But that didn't happen. So I don't know. Before the quest is done. If you kill him before the quest is done, he resurrects and you talk to him again and he has lines.
Oh.
So it seems. Okay. Okay.
Dagger fashioned from a great scorpion's tail, glistening with scarlet wrought, ceremonial tool used by heretics, crafted from the relic of a sealed outer god.
Sealed outer god. Sealed outer god of rot? Scarlet rot? Okay. So yes, that then would be the same person as described in that. What outer gods do we know? Because it's funny how this stuff is actually just making it more confusing.
Tell me about it.
Do we know any other outer gods?
Okay, well,
Do we know any outer gods of rot?
Rot? The Formless Mother
Okay. Okay.
with Moog.
There was the Formless Mother. What description was that?
That was with Moog's weapon and stuff, right? Wait, hold on.
Okay. No problem.
Mogwin's Sacred Spear.
Mogan's Sacred Spear. No problem. No problem.
The Lake of Rot map mentions divine essence of an outer god sealed in this land as well.
The Lake of Rot's
Map.
map.
Description. Divine essence of an outer god is sealed in this land.
Shit. Is it under info? It's not info, is it? Is it, yeah. Map.
Scorpion Stinger.
Lake of Rots. Kaled, Gelmir, Dragon Barrow, Snowfields, and so Lake of Rots. The divine essence of an outer god is sealed away in this land. Is Astel the fairy?
What? How?
I was going... does that seem insane? Probably. Okay. All right. Never mind.
Okay.
Forget it. Lake of Rot. We're grasping at straws.
Yeah.
If I say stupid things,
It might be stupid.
Just give me
Bring you back in.
Give me that, please. All right. All right. Basics, right? Lake of Rot. Divine essence of an outer god is sealed away in this land.
Okay.
Astel was fought at the end of the Lake of Rot, but we went down to a different location. So does that count, or are we talking about no?
I feel like saying no, but
So the Lake of Rot, and the pathway down is like we're throwing that out because we
Okay.
don't because the natural born of the void, whatever that was, okay. So that's not what they're talking about. So then fine, if that's not what we're talking about, because that's my brain is thinking that that's the thing that was sealed since we went down to it in that location. If that's just out and out wrong, no problem. So the Lake of Rot then is also where I expected to fight Millennia, but we didn't fight Millennia there.
indeed. She was in Michaela's Halic tree.
Yes. Okay. So,
So that god is sealed elsewhere. Well, sealed.
Okay.
Resting elsewhere.
so an outer god is sealed away in this land.
The divine essence of an outer god.
The divine essence of an outer god, right? And then that sealing took place with that dagger and was done by the blind swordsman.
Okay.
Cool. Do we have an ounce of a hint of a semblance of a fucking idea who that outer god was at this moment?
This one? This
Was there a
description right
name mentioned at any point that's not connected to anything that we're just leaving up in the air?
there? I don't think so.
Okay. Then we don't have enough information. So, the sealing that took place, the swordsman who did it, and how that went down. We don't know anything about it. We just know that the result was the Lake of Rot. Right?
Okay.
Okay. Is it safe to assume that that outer god is the origin of Rot, and that and that somehow Marika giving birth to cursed millennia for some reason that happened in that process? Like,
Yeah, because she was born with it, right?
she's born with it,
Yeah.
but like for some reason Marika giving birth to millennia, the baby was corrupted by this rot which was brought by an unnamed outer god.
Okay. Okay.
That seems plausible, or is that also crazy?
No,
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, the
Okay.
baby's born and corrupted.
Okay. We don't know why,
We don't know why
right?
that happened.
We have no idea why,
But it happened.
baby got cursed with it, but that's a possibility. Okay. So then, going back to the blind swordsman. Whew. If you like this stuff, I love you. If you're pulling your hair out, I don't know what to say.
Hey, we're playing the game for the first time. How
It's
about
okay.
that?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Move past it. Move past it.
Yeah.
Right. So, master of a sword garbed in blue, curved blade was patterned after flowing water. Strong attack unleashes stuff. Talismans had a bunch of stuff we were looking at, including the curved sword talisman, depicting someone with their eyes covered, right? And I was like, oh, that and the jaw thing make it look like Raiden a bit.
Yeah.
So, blind swordsman originated the technique, but the sword was still given by a fairy that was dancing, a dancing fairy. Okay. And then we looked at the heirloom. Born into a cursed scarlet rot, the young girl Millicent encountered her mentor and his flowing blade, or is that Millennia encountered her mentor and his flowing blade? They both do big flowing blade attacks.
Yes, they do.
So if Gowry was raising Millicent and no one else came along and taught her how to do this, then this is describing how Millennia learned how to fight? They both do big flowing attacks that are like that thing. Gowry exists, so it stands to reason that he was raising her, therefore this is probably describing Millennia, then?
Okay.
If she didn't also do the same kind of attack, maybe this wouldn't occur, but the fact that she does makes it sound like, you know?
Can Malenia see?
Can she see?
Is she blind?
The helmet has no eyes on it.
I don't know. I forget how she was on the chair when we first met her.
Well, nothing's pointed to her being blind.
No,
Nothing's mentioned
explicitly
that, so
like that.
I don't know about that. Okay, and then there was the other description that talked about the wings. Do you remember which one that was?
Which weapon? Then?
Something describing. Was it the blade? Oh,
Did her saying that she has no eyes.
Her eyes rotted away alongside arms and legs. Then. Okay.
This is confusing. God. This is confusing.
Which was the item that we were talking about? I thought this was going to streamline this line of Inquisition, but unfortunately it didn't.
So we had the
Blue Dancer.
charm.
Blue Dancer. Okay. A dancer garbed in blue. Represents a fairy who in legend bestowed a flowing sword to a blind swordsman.
And the blind swordsman
who also wore blue. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Just want to make sure that I'm not insane on the blue part.
Yeah. Blue.
Blue
fairy.
Blue fairy gave to a blue, so blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the blue swordsman sealed away an ancient god.
Who was the unnamed god in the Lake of Rot.
God that was rot itself.
Perfect. Yeah. Blind swordsman, then, after sealing away God of Rot, teaches Millennia how to fight.
Malenia?
This blind swordsman,
Yes.
who used his blade in hand to seal away the god,
ancient god, yeah.
became the mentor that taught her how to do that cool flowing blade shit.
Okay.
And since it's called a dance when she does the waterfowl, that's like a dancing fairy.
Okay, yeah.
So dancing becomes the key word here in all these moves. And then the depiction is showing, like, you know, a mentor talking to the lady.
Right.
And then he originated the technique. That's going to cost a whole lot of dex to use. Therefore, dexterity is part of that whole thing.
True that.
Okay. And then we're getting there. The dagger, not Reduvia. Scorpion stinger.
A tool used by heretics, crafted from the relic of a sealed outer god.
Crafted from the relic of a sealed outer god.
Fashioned from a great scorpion's tail.
Okay. Is that leading us anywhere that we're already familiar with? Scorpion's tail? No? No. Okay. All right. If not, then we don't know what that relic is. Or do we know what that relic is? Or is that just an unknown
sure.
element as well?
I'm not sure myself.
All right. Okay. All right. Then that's an incomplete story that's all we know.
I'm missing something.
Well, I think everyone is missing something, but you're waiting for a big click aha, but there is no click aha. It's just this is as far as it's gotten. Inferences and implications. But because you think there might be a big thing that you might have already known, but we don't, you feel like I do a whole lot stupider because you thought there was some big thing, but there is no big thing.
Yeah.
It's just a loose implication. I thought that for some reason maybe we already met who that person was, maybe we already knew who that god was, maybe we knew what caused Millicent to be born, maybe we knew why she had sisters, maybe we knew who the daddy is.
Yeah.
Maybe we knew any of those questions, but I guess we don't. It's loose and it's in the air, and that's fine. But the process of crawling to it, I guess I kind of was made to feel as if like, shit, you're missing out on something that's right there. What's the missing thing that's right there? And it's like, well, I guess it's not a complete story then. Does that make sense? Is that a reasonable thing? It's an incomplete story. We got part of it.
We're missing something for
Cool.
sure.
All right.
I'm
okay with that. Okay.
Universe seems to be pushing for a blue cloth set, but I don't know what that is.
I see. All right. Last little thing before we move on.
Last little thing, and then helm.
Okay. Blue cloth set.
Black. I'm not sure what it's supposed to look like.
Maybe I haven't found it. Okay. No. There's a couple things
to
that
the
are
left of the red hood, apparently.
Oh shit!
Blue cloth cowl.
Oh shit! And that is yes. That has the jawline. That has the jawline as well.
It does. The blue color of its fabric symbolizes brisk waters as fluid and flowing as the sword in the hand of its wearer. Just as still waters turn foul, stagnation leads to decay. Warriors must remain ever drifting.
That is the same thing that the talisman is wearing.
Yeah. Okay. So. Okay.
Oh no! Don't expect a big aha. Just there's just a little bit more to the incomplete story. That's all. Don't set yourself up.
It's one of the starting classes.
Yep. Right. Okay. So yeah, one of the starting classes wearing this blue cloth set is symbolic of or derivative from this legendary special blind warrior who taught millennia and also sealed away the unnamed goddess of Rot. God of Rot. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's fine. No problem. No problem.
I actually didn't take note of that blue cloth set in my notes.
Might have been early enough. We only picked it up when we got to the academy for the first time.
I might have disregarded the information as non-important.
Okay. No worries. No worries.
And yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's okay. Some will be sympathetic to what we just tried to figure out, and some will be angry and
Yeah.
raging, and there's nothing I can do about that. So,
Like, the description sounded poetic more than lore-oriented to me, you know?
the incomplete story is totally fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Just all that to say, there's no law of regression moment. It's just a little bit about how millennia came to be. Okay, so I was on that caravan, and then I rode up this way, and I think I haven't looked here, and I think I haven't looked here at the actual Erd tree. In fact, it might be smarter to just teleport that way. Avoid the snipers.
I'm back here.
Interestingly, this itself doesn't have waterfowl dance.
Okay.
That's Dexy. That's really Dexy.
Yeah. He is dancing.